Emily in Paris is Netflix's latest binge-worthy show, but it seems that the shenanigans that ensued during filming would be just as exciting to watch. The Netflix original series starring Lily Collins, Ashley Park, and Lucas Bravo tells the story of an American woman hired by a French marketing firm to provide an American perspective. The show is visually stunning, boasts a cast of Hollywood and Broadway's most talented actors, and the wardrobe is lust-worthy. Behind the scenes of Emily's fish-out-of-water story are some cast stories that may be crazier than fiction. From Ashley Park's house party that nearly got her arrested to Lily Collins' venture into show production, here are some of the best behind-the-scenes moments from Emily in Paris. Emily's phone case. The titular character Emily, played by Lily Collins, has a bold signature style. One of the character's prized pieces, her camera phone case, was selected for the character by the actor. The piece was originally one that costume designer Patricia Field, the same fashion genius behind Sex and the City, had purchased on a trip to Korea years ago that Collins admired while on set. "I kept telling Patricia I loved it," Collins tells Glamour. She said, "You do? I kept thinking it's super fun, and Emily loves photography. Plus, Emily is really obvious, so wearing a big camera around her neck says it all." Much like Carrie Bradshaw's iconic Carrie necklace, Emily's phone case has become a signature identifier of the character, which Lily Collins calls Emily's own version of the Carrie necklace. Collins also admitted that she secretly considers Emily as a Sex and the City fan, so of course she would take at least some inspiration from Carrie Bradshaw. There's more than one ode to Carrie Bradshaw. With the same costume designer on set for both Sex and the City and Emily in Paris, it's difficult not to draw comparisons between the two shows, even for Lily Collins, who has her own Carrie moment when she arrives to an evening party wearing a voluminous tulle skirt. Describing the moment to Glamour magazine, Collins says, "There's one at the party at the Eiffel Tower where I have this black corset top and big tulle skirt. Patricia said that's an ode to Carrie's tutu, so arriving to that party in that look felt very Carrie for me." The show's costume designer donated her own wardrobe. Ever the fashion icon and wardrobe savior, Field was ready to share her own wardrobe with the cast whenever a piece from the set didn't feel quite right. In one instance, Field disliked the backpacks available on set, so she gave Collins a backpack from her own collection, which the actress agreed was more suited to her character. "I didn't like the ones available," Field told Glamour magazine, "so I said to Lily, I have an original MCM backpack, so here, wear mine." Field has always loved to use her own pieces on set to add a personal, worn-in touch as needed. "I love to use many of my own personal things in my work. It's not conceit or anything, but I swear to God I can go into my closet and find better things there than anywhere else," she claims. Field also donated the jacket she wore to set, a black rain jacket from Hood by Air that Field also thought suited the character better than any options on set. Collins used to speak French. Much like her character, Collins suddenly finds herself in a world where she doesn't know the language or the culture and must learn both. As a child, Collins grew up speaking French, but is now years out of practice and experienced a similar struggle to her characters in picking up the language. She told Glamour, "I used to speak and dream in French, read in French, and was pretty fluent, but then I stopped practicing." Throughout the first season, Emily does pick up some French, which the actress also had to relearn while filming. Collins hasn't quite become fluent again, but with the show being eyed for a second season, it's possible both Collins and her character will be fluent by the end of the series. Parks and Collins helped select each other's wardrobes. The show features a range of pieces, from high street fashion to department store brands, and even Parks' character Mindy, a rich heiress and working nanny, sports looks that mix couture and everyday finds. As Park recounts to Glamour magazine, one of the things she loved most about the wardrobe was that it is fairly accessible to the general public, while maintaining her character's upscale style. When her co-star, Lily Collins, had difficulty finding the right outfits, Parks, like a true best friend, was there to help. I went over to Lily's the other day and she was like, I don't know what to pick out for something. And I was like, let me go at it. It makes me so happy because I feel like then it's accessible to the people watching the show. You're not like, oh my god, I have to be wearing a ball gown to be Emily and Mindy. This was Ashley Park's first time in Paris. Although her character is French, filming Emily in Paris was the first time actress Ashley Park had ever gone to France. Much like Emily and her predecessor Carrie Bradshaw, Park embraced the lifestyle of a local Parisian and was excited to live in the city while filming. Park acclimated herself to the local culture by indulging in espresso and taking Lily Collins out for her very first espresso. She also convinced Collins to try the famous local cheeseburgers despite her vegetarian lifestyle. Parks accidentally broke into an apartment. After visiting a nighttime carnival in the city, Park and her co-stars Lucas Bravo, who plays Gabriel, and Samuel Arnold, who plays Julian, were making their way back to the apartment the three stars shared. However, Park had forgotten her apartment key. The second-floor apartment, which was rented to Park, who had offered Lucas and Samuel the second bedroom, wasn't locked though. Recounting the story to Glamour, Park says, I thought my window was open though, so Lucas climbed up the window up 2 flights. He busted into the window and he was like, do you play the cello? And I said, what? And he had broken into the wrong apartment, so we ran. Cops were called to Park's house party. To celebrate filming wrapping up, Park hosted a house party in her rented apartment, one that caught the attention of local cops. She told Glamour, at the end of filming, I threw a house party that was like my own wrap party at the end of the show because me and Lily had to miss the wrap party. So I called it the Denim Star Party and everyone had to wear denim. Darren came, everybody came. The crew came to this apartment and again, we got reported to the police because we were too loud. Although no one was arrested, the warning did have Parks nervous, and she was ready to call upon show writer Darren Star for aid. Darren's here, so if they want to sue me, what are they gonna do? Park said. Mindy wasn't originally supposed to sing. In the original script, writer Darren Star didn't have any plans for Mindy to sing until Ashley Park was cast in the role. As luck would have it, Star had seen Ashley in the role of Gretchen Wiener in Mean Girls on Broadway twice and fell in love with her voice. The writer told Glamour, I loved her, she just destroyed me, she was so amazing, I selfishly wanted to hear Ashley sing. So when Park was cast in the role, Star immediately wrote her character a small singing scene. There is no transformation scene. While transformation scenes are an iconic film landmark that transitions a character into the next stage of their story arc, Collins was glad that her character Emily didn't have an iconic transformation scene for viewers to lust over. In an interview for Glamour, Collins and Field discussed Emily's wardrobe, with Collins saying, I love that there's no transformation scene. Emily doesn't have to change who she is to be embraced. The show was Collins' first time to be a producer. Taking on a new role in her career, Emily in Paris star Lily Collins ventured into the territory of a show producer for the first time. In an interview with Glamour, Collins stated that the authority that comes with being a producer was a new experience. After struggling with an emotionally abusive relationship, Collins was nervous and excited to take on the role of authority. I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. I felt very little and very small. I wasn't even listened to. It was just an automatic shh. That stuck with me. Collins had quarantine anxiety post-filming. During quarantine after filming season 1 of Emily in Paris, Collins struggled with anxiety. After working for months on the set of her new show, the actress had difficulty slowing down and settling into the new lifestyle that came with social distancing. After dealing with her own stir-craziness, Collins became much more introspective, something which she discussed in Glamour magazine. Some people say I'm too introspective, but is it selfish? I'm sorry that you don't want to ask those questions, and I'm not judging you, but don't judge me for being self-reflective. It's about me making sure I am the best version of a daughter, a friend, a girlfriend, a future wife, and a future mother I can be. Like Emily, Collins has had her own experiences with culture shock. Like her character Emily, Collins is no stranger to culture shock. Born in England, the star moved to the US with her family before starting grade school, an experience that she says helped her understand her character. I had a different accent. I didn't really know what school was like in the States, and I definitely felt the sense of I was an alien coming into a situation where everyone already had their friends, and everyone knew what was going on. The same thing happened to me in high school. I went into 9th grade in a year at a school where everyone started in 7th, the star told Glamour. Collins had to constantly ditch filming. It's no secret that Collins is one of Hollywood's most wanted actresses right now, but the demanding film schedule as the lead for Netflix's Emily in Paris didn't stop her from pursuing other roles. At the time of filming, Collins starred in another David Fincher's own Netflix original film, Mank, alongside Gary Oldman. To manage both roles, Collins had to leave Paris on weekends to attend rehearsals for Mank in Los Angeles. Collins told Variety, "The process of how I even got involved with Mank was crazy. I put myself on tape the week before I left for Paris, sent the tape in, got to Paris, and was in the middle of filming and did a Zoom session with David Fincher. Then I found out that I got it. I am in every scene, so there are no days off. But I flew back to Los Angeles for only 24-hour periods twice while filming Emily." Star Lucas Bravo and Ashley Park became best friends while filming. Speaking about filming Emily in Paris, Lucas Bravo, who stars as Gabriel, revealed that he has become very close with his fellow castmates, especially Ashley Park, whom he shared an apartment with for some of the filming. Lucas said to The Cut, "We became best friends. Ashley is the main element in the fact that we're really close. I met her on day 2, and I think she thought I was a prop guy hanging by the trailer. She had an apartment next to mine. We barely have scenes together, but we became inseparable." Are you excited for the next season of Emily in Paris? What was your favorite part of the first season? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more great videos. Thanks for stopping by the taco, and we'll see you soon.